My horses and I have traveled over 3,000 miles.
The more these guys can drink, the better off we are.
But this journey is not over yet, because we still have plenty to go before reaching our goal of crossing through 25 states and traveling 6,000 miles.
We are looking for a way up this western bank.
This is the Year of the Mustang.
Okay guys, it is the beginning of week 44 of the Year of the Mustang. It is Monday and I'm leaving Rural Valley, Pennsylvania. We're going to be headed about 20 miles over to Kittanning. We're going to cross the Allegheny River later this evening. But a big thanks to Joe and Beverly for taking care of me this last weekend. We had a lot of good time with them and their friends. But yeah, we are looking at a cooler day. Might get a little warmer later. We had some rain last night. A big part of making it out in the heat of summer is staying hydrated. The more these guys can drink, the better off we are. Okay, we are in Kittanning, Pennsylvania. There's the Allegheny River. And that's our bridge over. Okay, we are currently in West Kittanning. Another mile or two to go and we're there for the day. Dinner time, huh? Okay guys, it is Wednesday and I am leaving Cadoga, Pennsylvania. We're gonna be headed over to a little area called Marwood. Got a bit of a shorter day today, just 16 miles. Nice and quiet out here. Looking forward to it. Steak and pork chops tonight, done by Tim. Looking real good. Okay, it is Thursday and I'm passing through Marwood, Pennsylvania. We're gonna be headed over to the outskirts of Zelienople. We're currently passing just south of the town of Butler. We've got a medium day, about 21 miles. We're getting a little bit of a late start, but we'll make it. Big thanks to Tim and Tanya for putting me up last night and to all their family for supporting us. They're also going to be driving the load ahead here today, so shout out to them. Okay, it is Friday and I am in Zelienople, Pennsylvania. We're going to be headed to a little town called Brighton, and we've got a short day today, just 15 miles. But a big thanks to Jessie for putting me and the horses up last night. She's also driving the load ahead today. So shout out to her for that. Gonna be a little toastier today, but still not much above 80. 82 I think is the high, so not terrible. Occasionally we'll run into roads that exist on the map but not in real life, but they are not so unmaintained that we can't pass them on foot, and this is a good example of that. We've still got a level path and the brush is just clear enough that we're able to walk through without any issues, even though this has clearly not been passable to vehicles in a long time. No worries here. Okay, we are going over our last big river in Pennsylvania, the Beaver River. Okay, we are leaving Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Okay guys, it is Saturday and I've left Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. A big thanks to Christy for putting us up last night over at their place in Brighton. And thanks to her also for driving the load ahead. So we are almost to state number 17, Ohio. We just got a couple more miles to go and then we are crossing in and then we'll wrap this day up. All right, guys, so Pennsylvania is kind of unique in the trip just because it's now the state I've spent the most time in, and it is likely the state that I will spend the majority or the most time in per se of any state in the entire trip in the 25 that we're going to go through. And it's now surpassed Oklahoma, which is the second, because I've been here just over 6 weeks, which is crazy to think we've been here in the state that long, but it is more to do with the route than anything, because we had 2 weeks from the state line of Maryland to the state line of New Jersey. So that was the first part. And now on our way out from New Jersey all the way to Ohio, crossing the entirety of the state east to west, was 4 weeks. So yeah, we have covered a lot of ground in Pennsylvania and seen a lot of different parts of it. And the people has probably been one of my favorite parts. There's a culture here in Pennsylvania that I knew nothing about, from the Pennsylvania Dutch to the plain culture stuff with the Amish. Just interesting to see the unique culture that's just in this state, it seems. It's beautiful as well. Not a terrible place to spend July and a good chunk of June. All right, guys, this is it. We don't have a sign, but we're right on the line. It says, "Welcome to state number 17, Ohio." We are gonna be here probably just 2 weeks, and we'll cross into Indiana. Good job, boys. 17 states. So long, Pennsylvania. There's a pheasant walking around. Ringneck pheasant rooster. Seems to be missing his tail feathers. Something bit him. I'm not sure if he's wild or if he's someone's pet or what. Been a while since I've seen one of those. It is the beginning of week 45, Monday. I'm in Negley, Ohio. It is our first full day in the state of Ohio. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be a toasty one. It's 80, but the humidity is super high because we probably got a storm coming in later. So yeah, it's kind of killer. But hopefully we'll find water as we go and maybe find a little shade, who knows, or we'll tough it out. All right, I wanna show you guys what we're dealing with out here in July in Ohio. I've seen them even bigger than this, but that's a horsefly. And I just pulled it off of Denver's butt. Oh, it's absolutely massive. So you can imagine what getting bitten by that feels like. King snake. Some pretty cute burrows. Seeing them made me think of the Wild Horse and Burro program, which not only has thousands of Mustangs available to the public for adoption, it also has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of burros that are also available to be adopted. So if adopting a horse is not necessarily in your realm, but you'd be interested in getting yourself a burro, there's wild horses on the rangelands as well that get rounded up by the government, and they're available through the Wild Horse and Burro program. No, Denver, it's not a real horse. I think he figured that out, but he was looking at it for a second. Oh, it's coming in. A little day storm here. Welcome to Ohio in summer. Didn't even realize it, but I'm passing the county fair here in Lisbon. Probably isn't normally this busy. Okay, it is Tuesday and I'm leaving Lisbon, Ohio. We're gonna be headed over to Minerva, Ohio today. We've got a little over 20 miles. But a big thanks to Jamie and Jenny for putting me up last night. Jenny's also taking the load ahead later, so shout out to her for that. We are on a pretty busy highway right now, but we're gonna get off in just a second. Be on some nice back roads most of the day. Probably gonna get rained on again here this afternoon as well. herd of Scottish Highland cows. All right, guys, it is Wednesday. We are headed to East Sparta. I've got Matt here on his Mustang Coda. He's a friend of Janice's who I stayed with last night. He's gonna be doing the whole day with me. How old's Coda, Matt?
He's 15.
15, good deal.
Yeah, he was caught 7 years ago in Wyoming.
There you go, Wyoming Mustang.
Ended up in Columbus, Ohio. Guy that, I guess, he got him halter broke, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, and I don't know what happened, but he knew a friend of a friend of a friend and gave him my number, and he called and asked me if I wanted him. So I took him, and my son and I got him gentle and been trail riding him ever since.
There you go. Well, we've got the gear loaded up in Matt's trailer today, so he's gonna drive it ahead once we get in for the evening. But a big thanks to Janice for putting me and these guys up last night. Me and Matt have another maybe 14, 15 miles to go, a little less, so not much. Right down to Michelin Creek. We are looking for a way up this western bank to get into our stay for the night. One of the trickier parts about summer, this is all the cockleburs that I pulled out of these guys' mane and tails this morning. It is getting to be that season, late summer, early fall. All right, guys, it is Friday. I gave the horses a day off yesterday, but we're back on the trail. We are in East Sparta, Pennsylvania. And a big thanks to Mary Hill for putting us up last 2 nights. And we're gonna be headed to a little area called Massillon. It's just west of the city of Canton. Place to stay out there, and we will probably stay there the weekend because tomorrow we're gonna shoot these guys. We are slowly leaving the Appalachians, folks. The hills get a little more spread out each day. It gets a little flatter here as we head west across Ohio. A couple more days and a lot of these trees will be gone, or at least a lot more spread out. All right, we're getting on the Craig Pigeon Trail. This should take us the next hour. Take us around the town of Navarre. Coming into Massillon. All right, guys, it is the end of week 45. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss the videos we have coming out every single week for the Year of the Mustang project. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, adios.